Good morning, Monday, the 6th of November. Still not sounding brilliant, but I am feeling a lot better. And what a weekend that has been. I think it was Friday night, where everything just went offline. Obviously, most people will probably be aware of the alleged hack. Bricklink have been pretty poor, I think, in communication. This one was added last night. Obviously, it happens in the night for me. It doesn't say or not. It's got a very Lego customer service tone to it, where they kind of make light of bits and pieces in there about not getting much sleep. And it's been interesting watching kind of the forums and being part of the forums of people. How many people didn't have a backup of their inventory? How many people just didn't have Brickowl? How many people suddenly start talking about the guy that started Brickowl stealing the ideas, and the guy that founded Bricklink and his legacy being tarnished by the Lego group and stuff like that. It is kind of amazing how quickly everyone has really strong opinions about something we don't really know an awful lot about yet. On the upside, all payment stuff is handled by third parties, whether that's Stripe or PayPal or direct credit, stuff like that. I guess in terms of the emails, there are references to your PayPal accounts and stuff like that, but there's been nothing coming forward from PayPal or Stripe in terms of any concern. So what are we at? Probably a couple of days without Bricklink, which is a big deal. It's a big deal for everybody. It's a massive deal for those people that is their 100% living. And that will be something that kind of needs to be talked about in terms of whatnot. And given that, we see this little maintenance issue announcement every day, or one like it, I was always under this assumption that the site would be pretty sorted, but reading through the forum threads about how it was founded and the guy that founded it, of which I knew nothing, to be fair, until this weekend, it seems like it was very much kind of like a fan project that grew and grew and grew, which all credit to him, and I don't understand the circumstances around his passing, but well, what can you say? So we have been without Bricklink for a couple of days now. I can't see that stopping today. I think it'll be another couple of days personally before we see any resolution in that, and then there's going to be, I would think, a little bit of buyer beware, given that it's been hacked and stuff like that, because it clearly has. I mean, it doesn't take this long just to restore something. There's much more going on behind the scenes here, and we'll probably never know. The comments on their Instagram feed kind of very Lego customer service, very light, of a very serious situation. But I know there was a lot of backlash when, whilst this was down, they sent out their October invoice email stuff to sellers, which, yes, not great timing. Lego Group really do need a good crisis management team in place for this kind of stuff, for communications, but they clearly don't have one. Not a good look to be putting out invoices when no one can access anything or even pay for those invoices. Yes, they're a business. Yes, they need paying, and we'll all pay. But not great timing, people. But there's always an upside to everything, isn't there? And whilst Bricklink has been down, Brickowl has been stuttering into life. The blog went up on Sunday as ever, and you will see we were at 505 subscribers, which is pretty amazing. Some good chat actually over the weekend in terms of just people kind of posting comments, posting thoughts. So I appreciate that, everyone that chipped in this week. It's been a good week for that. We're up to 155. It's earlier than I usually look, but that feels like we might be ahead of where we usually are. I don't know. I lose track week to week, and last week kind of my head was all over the place with the chest infection, of which I've got some new antibiotics, you'll be glad to hear, and I will be ploughing on this week trying to get 100% healthy. So what happened over the weekend? It's not all no action, and another order has just come in up on my phone as I'm recording. I think this one might have come in towards the end of Friday. You might have already seen that one. but obviously that can now go. And then the rest of them are all Brickowl. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I think that might have been Bricklink just before it crashed out. And luckily, Brick Freedom, I'd already picked it, so it had already gone into the post, ready to post thing. So I do have the buyer's address for this, given that you can't access Bricklink. So that was a bit of a stroke of luck on my part, kind of small order. Just thought I'd pick it Friday night, just get it out of the way. So the rest of them are Brickowl. So a clone Trooper Doodah. Good couple of emails with Michael there, making sure it was getting the right one. Given that we didn't have Bricklink, we had to do a little bit of a workaround. Some dark red jumper plates, dead easy. A bit of a mixture of new and old. Curious collection. I'm going Castle with that, because of this could be some kind of magic orb or something for a wizard. That's obviously like some trees and stuff, and this is very castle-y kind of construction. Sticker for, I can't remember what set that is now. No, it's gone. This one, clearly someone making a Rubik's Cube. I saw that on another vlog, that there's this strange piece that you can make a Rubik's Cube out of. But 9 of each of these colours, Rubik's Cube, 9 tiles per side, so I'm going with that. So yeah, that's it. And another order's coming, which I think it might be one I did a quote, like a postage quote for this morning, which is a fairly chunky order, which is cool. It certainly certainly kind of focuses the mind, and you have to be very careful with Brickowl, I'll tell you, because let me cover that up. Like, the bricks look light blue grey in their pictures, but they're the dark stone grey bricks, so you do have to, like, really, it's a shame they can't get the imagery the same on both, just so that it would kind of keep you straight. So yeah, I mean, the net result of that is that the reports for where we are at the weekend is absolutely shockingly poor. Week 44 are we in? Yep, week 44, hole in it, look at that. And there's been more than 3 Bricklink orders, Brickowl orders. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, so yeah, everything's kind of all over the place, isn't it? But that's where we're at with that. You've seen the YouTube. What did I do over the weekend? I really didn't do an awful lot. I continued breaking down used parts. I've decided to change my tactic of how I'm doing it. Rather than going by colour, I've decided just to break everything down and then work through the bins, of which there's one of these now full, like to here sort of thing. Still got to break all these sets down, and then I'm going to work through it by part type, so that when I'm cataloguing them, I'm going by part rather than through colour and doing parts 10, 12, however many times, because it feels like that would be massively inefficient. At least that's my plan. But whilst Bricklink's down, Brickowl will remain to be slow, because it's clear from the forums that not everybody is on there or likes the platform as a purchase option. So whilst that's down, make progress with this. Obviously parting out and stuff like that you can't really do to any effectiveness, because you can't see where the gaps are, and you need to know where everything is in every drawer and stuff like that, and you can't look at your inventory, so it would be a very manual process. So I'm just going to continue with this used stuff for now, whilst the technology catches up and Bricklink get it repaired. So yeah, Monday underway. Get this stuff packed up, ready to go, check out this new order, and then we'll go from there. Still pretty early Monday morning, and Bricklink still down, obviously. Going to be a while, I think, so I won't keep commenting on it until it's back. But 2 more orders in on Brickowl. So yeah, the customers are shifting, such is the need. So the first one's pretty chunky, bag of used, and then a bit of an assortment of different things. My suspicion is a Millennium Falcon, mainly because of that piece, but I don't know this black is necessarily Millennium Falcon from memory. There's not a lot of black in that one, so maybe they're doing a custom Millennium Falcon. But Chewie and C-3PO and some other parts that make me think Millennium Falcon, but maybe a black one. Don't know, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? That one, and then this is kind of some good quantities of things. So a lot of 1x round plates, a whole bunch of those slopes in white, and then a bunch of black and a bunch of reddish brown, which is good. So yeah, I mean, I think it's probably just going to trickle along, which kind of, I don't know, it feels a bit more of a mellow pace, but 2 more to add to it. This one's going parcel, that was domestic, so just going to do the label and then get everything packed up. It is Tuesday afternoon. I'm just about to go to the post office, but no orders in overnight, and then this one arrived kind of this afternoon, so that's good. Yeah, interesting order, kind of a whole lot of unusual parts, a whole bunch of flat silver and dark pearl, a couple of windscreen type things, and then a lot of black. So I'm not really sure what the set is, but it's kind of interesting. I'd be interested to know whatever that one is, because that one's got me puzzled. Typically, as we're probably all familiar, we're still in this situation, and as they say, we know it's very frustrating, and you know, it is what it is, right? I've heard a few interesting hints of what's gone on in terms of someone hacking a big store, a few big stores, and then lowering their prices, changing their payment to bank transfers, and then having the money delivered that way, which apparently is a lot more popular in Europe than it is, say, in the States or here in Australia. I think there's only a couple of sellers that I've ever dealt with that wanted a bank transfer. On the flip side of that, this is today's deliveries plus that bag up there of parts that came from Germany. Not all of these are from Germany, obviously. So yeah, there's an absolute shitload to get in the store, and without kind of Bricklink up and running, importing your order inventories and stuff like that becomes a manual process. So I've just held off for now, and I think most sellers are probably are probably holding off in the hope that Bricklink will spring back into action in the next day. I'm not sure it will. I think it might be a little bit longer than that, maybe entering the weekend before we see any action. So I've been busy doing used parts, so kind of windscreens and trans, minifigures, Technic bits, odds and sods, printed, stickered, tile type action, some seats. So what I decided to do was do this the other way around. So do it by part type and then go back into each of these and refine. So plates, obviously, large plates there. We've got 2x plates there. We've got wedge plates under there. We've got kind of just a random like jamboree of just bricks. Figure that out later. Started doing the 1x1 bricks, and then over here we've got 1x whatever type bricks, kind of a whole heap of those. The makings of some tiles, Technic bricks, and then 1x plates. So that's where I've got up to. Give me a second and I will show you how much of that tub that we were working on yesterday. So yesterday I broke it all down, and then today has been a case of that's where we're up to. So you can see the bottom of the tub. Problem is, more deliveries in here. This is new boxes. We've still got that whole one there that needs sorted out. So yeah, there's an absolute heap. Managed to break down the X-Wing as well. There's what remains of the X-Wing with all the white parts removed. They're in a shocking state. So I'm giving them the old out in the paddock where the horses were treatment to see if that does any good to them, but we shall see. So I'm going to continue working through this lot, sorting it out, and then onto the other box and desperately need a little bit of a tidy up, I think, to have some order back in my life. We've also got this little bundle down here, God, I'm tidy, aren't I, of bagged parts that have come out of the tubs, which need sorted as well, and a bin bag. Everyone's happy. Good morning, Wednesday morning. Starting to actually feel human again. Day 742 of Bricklink being down. No update again, really. Their crisis management team, their communications teams are woefully poor at keeping people in the loop. If anyone learned anything during the pandemic, it was that regular communication is vital for maintaining confidence in what you're doing. And if anyone's been on any of the like Facebook forums and stuff like that, it is a zoo of people kicking off left, right and centre about this, that and the other. It is ridiculous. Needless to say, I'm sure they are all beavering away, getting it done, and everyone's very appreciative, given that, it's kind of a fans platform that's grown to be like this mega sized company. But anyway, what are we at? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, day 6. And I'm sticking by my theory that I think we're in for at least another day or two of this, possibly coming back to life over the weekend, but you never know. You'd never know. 2 orders in overnight, both of them pretty small orders. One of them is for 1 part, just one of those wedge plates, and the other one, going all the way to America, is for just a handful of parts. A black rangefinder, some dark red, but kind of shocked at someone. It's great, it's going to America, but man alive, the shipping from Australia to America is so prohibitive. If only that was cheaper, things would be better for everyone. I started tidying up where I was at in the sorting of the used, so we've got some large bags filling up. We've got one already absolutely full of 2x plates, a mountain of plates over there that need sorting and going through, and then I combined what was left in both buckets into the one. So anyone that's seen it, I think it might be a 40 or 60 litre container. Does it say on the side? 60 litre container, of which, what are we at there? More than 2/3 full, right? And that's with everything sorted so far. I know it doesn't look like I've done an awful lot. So I'm just going to keep chipping away at this today. It's very difficult trying to do this on camera. It's like you don't actually use your own peripheral vision to see what you're doing. Yes, I'm just going to keep chipping away at this today, in between whatever else comes along. I don't imagine there's going to be a whole heap of orders coming in. I've had one inquiry from a regular seller that does pickup about placing an order on Bricklink. He's never used it before, so he just needed me to figure out how to do not paying for shipping. The internet is absolutely rubbish again today, kind of like things just don't appear and stuff like that. The blog from last week's doing nicely, 284, so that's ticking along pretty well actually. And I did do a little kind of how to download your inventory from Brickowl, because not a lot of people were talking about it, and I thought that might be a good thing to do. So I did do that, and that's doing all right. And we're up to 511 subscribers, and the speed of this internet, I don't know, I've restarted that server. Telstra are digging a hole around a corner, so I think they've screwed the internet for everybody without telling them, which would be so like Telstra, wouldn't it? And the other thing that I've done for the second time is I'm trying to get in touch with 2 custom brick printers. And I asked on the Facebook forum who to get into contact with, and Print on Bricks, who need to get an SSL for their site, were one of them, and the other one was the Big Brick or something like that. Was it Big Brick? Let's have a look. Yeah, the Big Brick. So this is the other one that I got in touch with, if it loads. Yeah, this one. So Strangely, it's the second time I've got in touch with this site in the last couple of days to try and get a response, but as yet no responses from either of those sites, which is a bit disappointing really when you've reached out with a genuine inquiry. So hopefully they'll get back to me, because I am keen to do something a little bit custom for orders over a certain value. I think that would be kind of like a cool little addition to the package that you get. But I do like those little minifigures. Who knows, might do a little minifigure, I guess, a shop worker. Who knows? So it is Tuesday? Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? Goodness. It's Wednesday. God. Wednesday afternoon. Been chipping away. There was another Brickowl order, but it wasn't particularly exciting, so I spared you the mundanity of it. So yeah, we're kind of ploughing on, working our way down this tub. It's a little bit soul destroying, I'll be honest. We're maybe halfway down. But it's just taking forever, and it's a bit kind of boring when you can't actually chop and change between what you're doing. I mean, I've got a heap of new inventory that I need to put in. Can't. I've got all of this old stuff, which is now starting to take over the entire room, as you can see. So I think what I'm going to have to do is tackle this in sections. You know, there's bags of it already down there, and then there's pots here, and there's... So I might actually just kind of do this in part. I think I've got the majority of the plates out of the bin. I mean, I keep finding some because they just kind of squirrel themselves away. But I think I'll probably start making a Brickstore file with the parts and putting away what I can put away. Obviously the used stuff's pretty easy because it just goes in that one stack of drawers. So it's not a case of needing to know the drawer number and things like that. So I'm going to start doing that, otherwise I'm going to feel a bit overwhelmed with just parts everywhere, and it's just going to turn into an absolute mess for picking orders. So I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon just kind of having a bit of a tidy up, because it does kind of affect your mental state when you just can't see any kind of order, or it does for me anyway. But I'm sure the therapist will help me with that eventually. Good morning, Thursday, 8 AM, already been at it a little while. Such is life, but it's all good because we are back. Bricklink is back. I haven't actually clicked through this link that says for more information on what happened. We shall see. Oh, look at that, there's a big long message. Okay. Anyway, I need to read that properly to see what all that's about. Anyway, we're back and orders are already started, which is fantastic. We've had 2 Bricklink orders since I got up. It went live at like 2 AM or something like that. I woke up at just before 6, got the site back up, like reset the passwords and things like that. And we are in business again, which is fantastic. Which means, brilliantly, Brick Freedom had resynced back the way from Brickowl to Bricklink. So all of those in sales, or all of those sales, the number of sales we had, which were 5 from Brickowl, have now been kind of balanced out in the inventory in Bricklink. So, and obviously kind of I took a further download of my inventory when I logged in and reset passwords in Brickstore and stuff like that. But yeah, that was quite a ride, eh? And it's amazing kind of how feral people get and how negative they can get about the whole Bricklink situation and Brickowl and people promoting Brickowl versus Bricklink and stuff like that. It really was kind of astonishing, the amount of negativity about resellers whose livelihood depend on it posting Brickowl links in a Bricklink Facebook page, with people going, that's it, it's vultures. It's kind of like, geez, get a grip. We're selling and buying Lego to build things that we love. Kind of, let's not forget, we're all here for the same thing ultimately, however you kind of got into selling or buying. Anyway, rant over. Everyone take a chill pill. It's only the beginning of November. There's a whole month for it to get going, and if you were clever enough to have Brickowl, you shouldn't have seen too much of a disruption. That said, week 45, now we can actually look at the stats. Week 45 is up and running. All the stats are down, but that's going to be the way it is. Week 44, let's be honest, I don't think this week will be as bad as last week, which was only 27 sales. So we're only 20 down, and we've got the whole weekend to come, and Thursday and Friday. So that's where we were last week. It was a pretty poor week, all in all. Brickowl obviously making a big show in there because of the sales that came through there. So there was more than 5 actually. There's maybe 8 or 9 in total, but I'm going to go through and just do my usual figuring out of parts that might need replenishing. As you also know, we have a whole shit show of stuff going on my desk, tiles, and been filling up this little drawer right from the end of the stacks with printed and stickered tiles that came out of that used lot. Got a whole bunch of stuff over here that I'm kind of part way sorting. I've got a little tray here of stuff that I haven't sorted at all. And delivery day yesterday was all gift with purchase stuff. I don't know why your gift with purchase comes quicker than your set, eh? They obviously have them in hand. So I managed to pick up a couple of the Galileo sets. Pretty nice. It's a nice little set. Those little silver balls are cool, eh? For his little planetary stuff. And there's a little world map on a minifigure head. It's really nice. And I like that sextant. And the Leaning Tower piece is a nice little touch, but I think that must be a sticker piece, I reckon. What does it say on the back? Just turn that around. You can turn so. Oh, the little planets turn like they orbit each other. Oh, that's cool. So I got that one, and I got the last of the Houses of the World. Guessing that is like. Oh, turn it the right way around. Bear with me. Houses of the World. It kind of looks oriental, doesn't it? But that's a nice little. I wonder if they're printed or stickers. Got that one. So there's a couple of Galileo. There's that one, and I also managed to get the removal truck, which I had one and I sold it on eBay a while back. So 4 of them came, but no Lego sets. Excuse me. And there was 2 of these Christmas fun pack add-ons, which does look like it's got some good stuff in it. There's a turkey, which obviously was in the Star Wars celebration thing. There's a little tree. There is there was something else cool. It was like a little teddy bear. Don't know whether I can see it. There's a Santa hat, stuff like that. I don't really know what people do with them. Do they just list them or do they part them out? I don't really know. I'll maybe have a look what the part out value is, but not today because there is so much to do today. Let's go and have a look at the orders. Not least move all that crap off of the floor. So 3 orders in this morning. Lord of the Rings minifigure. He is Frodo Baggins. I have watched the films, but I'm not massively up on it all. Fast and the Furious Speed Champions instructions and some general parts and some minifigure things. Clearly someone doing something city. And this one is from Damien, who's a regular purchaser and usually does pick up. He was forced to start a Brickowl account to make a purchase, and then he made it late last night, and then Bricklink came back during the day, so sorry about that, Damien. But he does a lot of train stuff, so kind of that's probably what this is, kind of some rock walls, some vegetation, and some other bits, which is cool. Kind of trains is such a popular kind of sub theme, isn't it? So just those 3 orders in for now, and then it's going to be a case of getting stuck into these orders that have been piling up on the shelves, and getting all of that put away. And I'm probably going to put this to the side for now. There's a lot of stuff to sort out, and I started a Brick Store file yesterday when I decided I needed to clear the decks a little bit, and already it's 866 items, of which most of those will be new lots because they're all used and quite unique in terms of stickers and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna finish what I'm doing, kind of clear up and stuff like that, and then get stuck into the new orders, because obviously I'd like to get as much as I can in before the weekend, given that we've lost a few days. So that's what I'm up to. I'll report in as and when things get done, and see you in a bit. Just gone lunchtime, 3 more orders, all from Bricklink, no surprises there. This one being the biggest of them, which was 179 items, 77 lots, a little bit of used, and then just a mixed bag of all sorts, plenty of tan, dark brown, reddish brown, a little smattering of colour, and then your old Star Wars and a whole bunch of seats. There was a Harry Potter wand in there, so whether that's some kind of Harry Potter doodah, who knows. Colourful one again, with a dark grey piece from the used selection, which is a good one. Easy Aussie, and that one I was missing one of those brickhead eyes. Goodness knows where that's gone in the midst of everything, but straightforward order, fairly modest order. So 3 more to add to the other 2, 1 for pickup I think, but I've not heard back yet. So I'm going to get these 3 packed up and then head to the post office, given that I'm trying to do this kind of orders before midday, go out the same day, kind of see how that works. So that's it, I'll be back. It's Thursday evening, just gone 6 o'clock-ish, and just wrapping up the day, having done a whole load of parting up. This is the final little batch that I'm doing, not a massive bunch, but a decent number. It's 793 with 50 unique lots, so just a little bit more added into the store for today, which has meant we have not that one. We've added about 10,000 parts today, which is fantastic, taking us up to 182, and that last order came from Locks Blocks, so Lachlan, who runs the store there, Bricklink, Brickowl, he's probably not been too busy or too quiet either, and eBay, and a nice little note saying he loves the vlogs, so thanks for that, Lachlan. Makes me very self-conscious when people mention the vlogs, but there you go. So where are we at? Yeah, so 182, 94, 9, nearly 183. Still got that little order to do, and still got that and that order, and that bottom one is heavy. I think that's another one of these ones from Germany. And then tomorrow I'm going to go through some minifig parts, and I'm going to attack this box of windshields and stuff like that. And there's a little tub here of monitors and things like that, so those are my targets for tomorrow. There's a little pot of plant bits as well, so they might all be on the cards tomorrow, which would be a nice little addition, maybe another few thousand parts heading into the weekend. As you can see, the things that we're getting low on are pretty extensive, so a bit of work to do in adding all that back into the what do you call it, the wanted list. I keep clicking on Lego, it's Freudian, I'm telling you, I'm not meant to be clicking on it, I'm clicking on YouTube, it's because they're next to each other. I'm going to see what we're doing on the vlogs. Where are we at? 315, it's pretty decent, eh? Happy with that. And we're up to 511 subscribers, so yeah, everyone's got to be happy with that. Somehow it's added this For You tab along the top. I don't know where that came from. I've not instigated that. So yeah, then you get down to this thing, which is what used to be at the top, but this is at the top now. Yeah, I don't know why that is. Anyway, 511 on there. The week has picked up fairly substantially if we have a little look at Brick Freedom. Got one order waiting to be picked, which is 16 lots for 134 items, so I might do that before I give up the day. But week 45, it means there's only 7 weeks to the end of the year, isn't it? Till the very end of the year. I'm going to probably have a bit of a break over the Christmas as well. So total sales is up 5. Is it up 5 for the day? Feels like we've done more than that. But yeah, as we know, kind of brick freedom can be a little bit temperamental. Sales not amazing, kind of 327. Average sale is pretty much a long way down. A lot of the orders have been quite small or just kind of good value, I guess, which, you know, fair enough, it's the way it goes. And Brickowl and Bricklink, I mean, it's never been seen, has it? Neck and neck. And then in terms of what's doing in the business on the colours, it's pretty tight. 168, 165, 160. There's only 8 between the top 3. Amazing. Yeah, it's quite impressive, that. Don't think I've seen that before either. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Friday tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Starting to feel human as well, which is good. What else am I going to do? I'm going to check on the parts outside tomorrow, the white parts. Some of them were really bad, so they're nowhere near as good as the galloping horses. But that's the way it goes, isn't it? So, calling it a day. Might pick this one order. And if not, I will show you it in the morning. But until then, do it again, eh? Until then, see you tomorrow. Friday morning, and it has been a busy morning. Started off by doing some inventory stuff, and then orders just started kind of rolling in. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 orders in, kind of one overnight, and then the rest kind of since early this morning. Obviously the world has woken up and getting back on the Bricklink shopping trial. All of them Bricklink apart from one. This one, is that right? Yep, just that one. So what have we got? A whole bunch of light blue grey stuff, a big part of that. A few bits that just went in the store yesterday, already going out. Those purple helmets, bit of a spaceman theme here, and a guard from the Pirate Eldorado thing. Mixed white and black, bit of whatever kind of parts out of Brickowl. 2 of those printed tiles from used, and I think that wedge plate is used as well. Pretty small order, but good stuff. This one kind of picking up 3 Speed Champions windscreens and then a bunch of other parts, probably car related, I would say. And then this one, a repeat buyer, a whole bunch of used parts, and I've got to say, I'm not enjoying the used parts. Kind of not having the same drawer system slows you down, and when it's a lot of parts it can be a bit frustrating, but it's sales, so suck it up, princess, and get on with it, I reckon, eh? And a whole pile of dark blue grey. One of those ones that you've got to try and fit in a bigger envelope, especially with those whatever they are classed as, because they are 2 centimeters tall before you even put the packaging around it. Again, Bricklink doesn't really allow for packaging around its measurement controls, so I think you're probably going to have to adjust that. I don't know if you can. And an original clone type thing. And then the final one is a minifigures order, so a whole bunch of those out of Everything Is Amazing, which I realised there's yellow minifigures in there, so I could do some custom printing on them if I could get a batch. But I have made progress with my tiles thing, which I'll talk about a little bit later. And then a lot of those Star Wars, what are they exactly? 501st troops. And every time those go in the store, they get snapped up. So not everyone is that pissed off with the helmets, are they, Mr. M&R Productions? Because people are still buying them. Yeah, so those orders all ready to go. Just need to print off a couple of labels, and this one's going parcel post. I need to do the parcel post thing. Still haven't done anything with all of that stuff over there. I've got one more box of parts to do. That one is huge. It's about 8,000 parts, but the price per part ratio is way better than when you buy, you'd have to buy a UCS set to get that many parts, and you'd be paying more than $1,000 or thereabouts for that, and buying parts like that are going to sell, it's way less than that, which is good. I don't know why I'm starting on YouTube. We're still at 5:12 and the blog's going well. I was going to record a little video about how you import the remarks from your inventory, which I figured out today actually, and it saved me so much time doing these stock editions. So I might do a little how-to on that, another one of these short little video clips, which I think adds something to the site, hopefully. I don't know, but it's kind of useful stuff that I've learned along the way, so part of this whole idea was to share that as I go. In terms of the store, let me just move my water bottle out of the way. Those part outs this morning have bumped us up to 186,000. Like I say, there's 8,000 more parts there, and there was another delivery of some parcels this morning from the postie. So there's a lot to get in. I think we will easily be starting to knock on 200,000 by the end of next week, I would hope, which is probably getting us towards the capacity. I know I say it all the time, everyone's sick of me saying it. The knock-on result of that is there's an awful lot of reallocation required. So those new shelves, those new drawer units are going to get a bit of a beating, and that's before we've even got into the used parts. But yeah, things are filling up fast, which is good. But if they fill up fast, we need them to sell as well. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to get these things posted off and then crack on with something else. Okay, finished up the week. It's actually Saturday morning, but let's see where we're heading into the weekend, or in the weekend already. We were up to 194,922, so that big inventory ad yesterday, and 9127 lots, which is a record by the first time we've broken the 9,000, which is fantastic. So there's been some orders over the weekend, but let's have a look at YouTube, see where we're at. 14 subscribers, so that's been a pretty decent week, maybe 14 editions. That quick little video I did yesterday, a couple of good comments on that, some people really appreciating the little hint and tip. And this week's blog up to 361 views, which is pretty impressive. Happy with that, definitely. Over on Brick Freedom, where are we at? There are 7 orders that have come in overnight. I've not yet picked them, but we'll see those next week. Week 45 comes to a close-ish with 27 orders, so we're on a par with last week, which is great considering the great Bricklink outage. Bricklink streaking ahead of Brickowl again, 19 versus 8 orders. It just shows you where the dominance is. Used, 85 parts have used. I've not really paid attention to that stat so far. And Black has resumed the lead. Often is. Black is very, very popular. But yeah, that's a pretty solid week given everything that's gone on. And in terms of where we're tracking on November, we're a third of the way down. We're a little over a third down on where we should be, but that's probably not surprising given the Bricklink situation this week. So that's it. What will the weekend bring? Continue doing some part outs. Still got some reclassification to do. Also, we'll see where we start the next week. But as ever, thanks for watching. Thanks for all those who've commented. Hope you've enjoyed this week. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Keep that algorithm pumping along. Plenty of videos to check out on YouTube as well to drive us along to monetization on that. But thanks a lot, and I shall catch you next week. Cheers.